Hey guys, welcome back to another stream. Um, from Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. We've got the Cincinnati Reds taking on the New York Mets. Game 3 of this 3-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the New York Mets, and we are about to get it underway here from Cincinnati. The Reds versus the Mets, Game 3 of the 3-game series. Should be interesting to see how the series goes. So it's going to be very interesting. Because the Mets, the last 2 games, we had a game on Friday, a 3-2 win for the Mets, and the game yesterday was a 9-6 win for the Reds. So we're going to be doing another. We like to do this every stream. You know the drill, guys. Who do you think is gonna win the game? No, who do you think will win the game today, guys? Will it be the Mets or will it be the Reds? Or will it be the Reds, the New York Mets, or the Cincinnati Reds? Who will win the game today, Mets or Reds? So, really excited to see how this one goes. The first baseball live stream I've done this season. The Mets. I was going to stream the first game of the season, but things didn't work out. So we are about to get this one underway. Pitching for the Mets today. Of course, we have pitching for. Let's talk about the Reds pitching. The Reds pitching, we do have Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds. As you can see somewhere on the screen, it should show who's pitching and who's at bat. For the Mets today, we do have, and it also says in the thumbnail who's pitching. For the Mets today, we do have Sean Mania, or whatever. Sean Mania, who is played 1 game this season, 6 innings pitched, a 0 ERA, according to MLB's, according to their website, according to their app, he has a 0 ERA. He's from, he was born in 1992, 0-0 on the season. He's played 197 games, so maybe this game will be a different game for the Mets. Mets taking on the Reds today in Game 3 of this 3-game series. The Mets, I think they will be playing 6 games against the Reds this season. The Mets are 1-1 against the Reds this season, and this one will be a very, very. It will be interesting to see who will get the win today. But the Mets are favored to win this one. The Reds are favored to win this one. But the Mets, if you're looking at the money line, the Mets are favored to win. They are minus 120 on the money line. But the Reds, according to ESPN, has a 52% chance of winning. This is game 3 of 6 for the Mets against the Reds this season. They will play another series in September in Citi Field. That game will be a home series for the Mets in Citi Field. So, Mets will play the Reds again later this season. So, this is the first series against the Reds this season. They will play another series against each other. We're about to get first pitch underway between the Mets and the Reds. Before we do get first pitch underway, let's go through the Mets starting lineup. So let's go through the Mets starting lineup. Batting first will be the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo, and second in the lineup will be the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Batting third is the first baseman, Pete Alonso, followed by Francisco Alvarez being the catcher today. Brett Beatty will be batting and playing third base today, as Starling Marte plays the DH role today. Tyrod Taylor plays right field today, as Jeff McNeil plays second base. And Harrison Bader will play center field, and pitching for the Cincinnati Reds today will be Andrew Abbott. Andrew Abbott has played one game this season. His win-loss record is 0-0. He has a 3.38 ERA with 5.1 innings pitched. 4 strikeouts on the season. He's played 22 games in his regular season career. He has an 8-6 record with a 3.85 ERA. He has pitched 114.2 innings, includes 124 strikeouts in his career. And the first pitch will be going low and down for strike one, and we are underway here in Great American Ballpark. That one will go down for strike one. And the count now is 0-1. The Mets getting this one underway. First pitch will go in the middle for strike one, and the count now is 0-1. He played against the Phillies, Andrew Abbott, in his first game of the season, threw 90 pitches in 5.1 innings he pitched that game. That one's outside for ball one, as Brandon Nimmo to bat now, a .120 batting average. 0 home runs, 2 RBIs on the season for Brandon Nimmo. That one's fouled back for strike two, and the count now is 1-2. The count now is 1-2 at the moment. Andrew Abbott, let's see what he could do for the Reds. He was born in Virginia. He went to Virginia, was a second round draft picked 53rd in the draft in the second round. That one's fouled back again. The count is still 1-2. The count is still 1 ball, 2 strikes. I know my commentary is a little delayed. Don't mind that. It might be a little delayed. Brandon Nimmo hits that one on the ground, right back to the pitcher. He throws to first, and it's in time for the first out of the inning. 1 down, 2 more to go for the Cincinnati Reds. As as Nimmo grounds out to Christian and to first base. Batting now for the New York Mets, number 12, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Lindor to bat now. That one goes in the middle, strike one, and the count now is 0-1. Francisco Lindor, in 31 at-bats, a .032 batting average with 0 home runs and 1 RBI on the season. That one's fouled back for strike two, and the count now is 0-2. The Mets have 1 out already in the top of the first inning. The 0-2 pitch to Lindor. Hits this one, and it is fouled. No strike, but still, the count now is 0-2. That was 95 miles an hour, that pitch. Francisco Lindor, 5'11", 190 pounds at 30 years old. Let's see what he could produce today. Hits that one on the ground. It's a base hit for the Mets. It's a base hit for Lindor. He goes to second. He's the runner. He throws to second, and he is standing in there. He is safe on second, and the Mets now have their first base runner of the game. The Mets have a runner on second with 1 out in the top of the first inning now for the Mets. Francisco Lindor, that was a double for Lindor, if you guys are keeping track today. So, now at bat for the New York Mets, number 20, the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, 34 at-bats this season, a .206 batting average with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs on the season. That one's in there for strike one, and the count now is 0-1. Pete Alonso also does have a .632 OPS percentage. He was born in Tampa Bay. He was born in Tampa, a second-round draft pick in the second round, 64th pick in the second round, I think. I don't know. That one's low in there for 86 miles an hour. Ball one. The count now is 1-1. 11 pitches this inning for Abbott. We'll see. The 1-1 pitch. Right outside for ball 2, and the count now is 2-1. On deck now is Francisco Alvarez to bat after Alonso. Alonso will hit this one right in the air. It is going, and it is caught. A fly out for Alonso, and he gets and 2 down. Fly out to Bubba Thompson. 2 down. 1 more to go for the Reds. 2 outs gone. Now at bat for the New York Mets, number 4. Now batting for the New York Mets, the catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez. Francisco Alvarez to bat now. He's had 24 at-bats this season, a .333 batting average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, and a .940 OPS. And that one is out there for ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. 2 outs for the Mets. Let's see what they can do on this at-bat. For the Mets, they don't really want to strike out this at-bat because, 2 outs are gone already. Hits that one on the ground. It's a base hit, but the throw to first is not in time. The runner comes home, Lindor comes home, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead over the Reds. What a hit from Francisco Alvarez, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead. What a base hit right in the gap. No, it wasn't really in the gap because the first baseman almost got it. But then the pitcher had to play makeshift first base. And while the second baseman was throwing to first base, the makeshift first baseman, which is now the pitcher, couldn't get the catch in there. Now at bat for the New York Mets, number 20. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the third baseman, number 22, Brett Baty. Brett Baty, ball 1. There goes a strike, and the count now is 1-1. It's a perfect time to say that Brett Baty has batted 27 times this season, a .296 batting average with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch to Brett Baty. Hits that one up in the air, running for it, and it is caught for the final out of the inning. That does it. Half an inning done, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead over the Reds. It will be the Reds' turn to bat now. Yeah, what a first inning. The Mets get a run on a, I don't know if you would call it an error or not. They have called it an error. Because he couldn't get the catch in time. So let's take a look at the Reds lineup. Batting first, the second baseman, number 6, Jonathan India. Batting second for the Reds, the left fielder, number 7, Spencer Steer. Batting third for the Reds and playing first base, number 33, Christian Encarnacion. Batting fourth for the Reds and playing third base, number 3, Germar Candelaro. Batting fifth for the Reds, the center fielder. Batting fifth for the Reds and playing center field, number 17, Stuart Fairchild. Batting seventh for the Reds, and playing shortstop, number 44, Ellie De La Cruz. Batting eighth. No, wait. Batting eighth for the Reds. Batting eighth for the Reds, and playing catcher, number 22, Luke Maley. And batting ninth for the Reds, playing center field. Batting ninth for the Reds and playing center field, number 12, Bubba Thompson. There's the Reds starting lineup. Now let's talk about them and pitching. Pitching for the Mets, the left-handed pitcher, number 59, Cincinnati. And that's what we've got today for the Mets. That's the Reds batting lineup at the moment. Excuse me. The first pitch is in there for ball 1. Now batting for the Cincinnati Reds and playing second base, number 6, Jonathan India. He's playing designated hitter today, but whatever. Jonathan India is playing designated hitter today. 2-0 count now. Cincinnati. He played Monday against the Detroit, 6 innings with 1 hit allowed. That one's in there for strike 1. We do have Spencer Steer to bat. He's on deck for the Reds. 2-1 count. That one's up and high for ball 1. Thank you for whoever voted. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Thank you to whoever voted. For whoever voted on the Mets. You're currently correct so far. The throw to first is in time for the first out of the inning. 1 down. 2 more to go for the Reds. Batting now for the Reds and playing left field, number 7, Spencer Steer. Ooh, boo. Spencer Steer to bat now for the Reds. Let's see what he could do now for the Reds. That one's in there for strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. 1 out now for the Reds. Spencer Steer batting for the Reds now. Hits that one on the ground right to McNeil. McNeil throws to Alonso and gets it in time. 2 down, 1 more to go for the Mets if they want to, get a really good start to the game. Now batting for the Cincinnati Reds, the first baseman, number 33, Christian Encarnacion. Thank you for putting that in the chat. I really appreciate that. I want to know if people could, can hear. There goes strike 1. I think my baseball commentating's really good. I think that my baseball commentating's feels like you're in the stadium. There goes a hit, and the Reds got a runner on first, and Encarnacion steps in first. And he is safe for single for Edwin Encarnacion. His name is too big to fit on his jersey, because he has a longer name than that. Batting now for the Reds, the third baseman, number 3, Jeremiah Candelaro. 2 outs for the Mets. They just need to get 1 more out if they want to end this inning in a good way, in a good fashion. The Reds fans have turned up, but not like the Mets fans. That one's fouled back for strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. I think this style, the way I have the score set up, is really good for everyone to see, what's happening. Foul ball again, strike 2, and the count now is 0-2. I think that's really good. What I have there. That one's up there for ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. See, I need to block these. I can't block. Whoa. See, I can't block the ads that you see there. I guess now I'm showing ads. It's not. There goes strike 3. That's the third out of the inning. After one inning of baseball, it's the New York Mets 1. It's the Cincinnati Reds 0. Due up for the Mets to start the top of the second inning, you've got Starling Marte, Tyron Taylor, and Jeff McNeil, who are all due up to bat for the Mets. And if we get further, Harrison Bader will bat for the Mets, and we would have, and possibly after this second inning, during the second inning, we could possibly, will possibly have batted through the entire Mets lineup already this season. 100% of people have picked the Mets to win the game. One vote, 100% of people picked the Mets. So this game so far, Mets 1-0 on the season. So let's take a look at some baseball scores. The Mets 1, the Reds 0. The Orioles 0, the Pirates 0. The Phillies 0, the Nationals 0. The Diamondbacks 0, the Braves 0. The Blue Jays 0, the Yankees 0. The Athletics 2, the Tigers 0. Those are some baseball scores that are going on at the moment. The Mets, after today, they will be heading to go to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Braves. So excited to watch that series. That series should be entertaining to watch. Yeah, now you can see the scores. We've got the baseball scores on the top of the screen. If you want. I really like the way that we've got the scores going on the top. I really like that. The way MLB designs their website so I can We are back for the second inning. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the designated hitter, number 6, Starling Marte. Starling Marte to bat, the ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. Another ball 2, and the count now is 2-0 to Starling Marte. That one is hit and fouled for strike 1. The count now is 2-1. Pretty quick game to start off at the moment for the Mets. Quick first run of the game for the Mets. Let's see how the rest of the game plays out for the Mets. There goes strike 2, and the count now is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Starling Marte. That one's in there for ball 3. Low, high, and outside for ball 3. And the count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see what the Mets could do in this at-bat. What Marte can do in this at-bat. That one's up and high for ball 4. And the Mets now have a runner on first with no outs in the top of the second inning. As we got now at bat for the New York Mets, the right fielder, number 15, Tyron Taylor. I used to think he was related to that football player, The pickoff play is safe, and he doesn't get picked off there. Pickoff attempt. The count is still 0-0 at the moment. Tyron Taylor, there goes strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. Tyron Taylor, who's used to playing center field today, he's taking on the job of right field for the Mets lineup today. Tyron Anthony Taylor. That one's a little high, ball 1, and the count now is 1-1. Jeff McNeil at bat. Then Jeff McNeil on deck. Harrison Bader in the hole for the Mets lineup. That one's bunt. The runner goes to second. The runner is safe on second as Tyrone Taylor gets a bunt single, and the Mets have runners on first and second with no outs in the top of the second inning. What a start to the game for the Mets. What a start. What a bunt from Tyrone Taylor. Gets the bunt. Gets it, and now you got runners on first and second base for the Mets. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the second baseman, number 1, Jeff McNeil. Jeff McNeil also bunts it. He gets to first base. He is safe. The bases are loaded now for the Mets. Bases loaded. We need a hit. Bases loaded. We need a hit. Bases loaded. We need a hit. Bases loaded now for the Mets as we got a new batter stepping up to the plate. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the center fielder, number 44, Harrison Bader. Harrison Bader will be batting, and after Harrison Bader, we have gone through the entire lineup. There goes ball 1. I think they will count as a ball. Ball 1-0. Harrison Bader playing center field today for the Mets. Because normally we do have someone else playing center field. That one's low and in for ball 1. Ball 2, and the count now is 2-0. The 2-0 pitch to Jeff McNeil, to Harrison. The 2-0 pitch to Harrison Bader. That one is hit on the ground. The throw to first. And he caught it in his glove. Wow. What a catch from Edwin Encarnacion. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the left fielder, number 9, Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo to bat now. Brandon Nimmo was a first-round draft pick. He was picked 13th in the 2011 MLB draft. Brandon Nimmo today, 0 for 1 today. Brandon Nimmo 0 for 1 today. Doesn't really say. If you look on the screen, it doesn't say what happened to him. There goes strike 1 for 0-1 count. That one's up and in for strike 1. For strike 2, and the count now is 0-2. Runners on, bases loaded. We need a hit. Bases loaded for the Mets now. What can they do? That one's up and high for ball 1, and the count now is 1-2. That one is hit. He hit McNeil as we got a runner coming in. Mets take a 2-0 lead over the Reds. A hit by pitch to McNeil, and that one just does it. Now we got runner. We still got the bases loaded. Mets take a 2-0 lead. As Lindor comes home, I don't remember who it was, but he comes home to score a run, and the Mets take a 2-0 lead over the Reds. They're stalling Marte as he rounded third to get the run for the Mets. 2-0 lead for the Mets. And we've got a mound visit for the Reds. Talking about this talking about this game with Andrew Abbott at the moment. Just talking through this game. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the shortstop, number 12, Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor to bat now for the Mets. Francisco Lindor, one at bat with 1 run and a hit. 1 for 1 with a double and a run today. Lindor batting now. There goes ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. In there, hits that one, fouled, no, can he get there? And that one is still fouled for strike 1, and the count now is 1-1. For the Mets, I think the safest option would be a hit by pitch because, like a hit by pitch, or not the safest option. I think the safest option will be a walk because then the Mets could get another run. But if they get an out, it's not the biggest deal for the Mets because they still are up 2-0 in the second inning. The 1-1 pitch to Lindor. We've already gone through the batting order once today. Can we go through twice? That one's up and in for ball 2, and the count now is 2-1. That one is hit. The throw to second, the throw to first is in time. The 4-6-3 double play for the Reds. And that ends the inning for the Mets. And after 1.5 innings, the Mets take a 2-0 lead. The Mets take a 2-0 lead over the Reds. What a game so far it has been for the Mets. The Mets getting 2 runs. They had the bases loaded to end the inning, but Francisco Lindor grounded out to a double play to end that half inning. But the Mets for a while had the bases loaded. They did get 1 run as a result of the bases being loaded. The Mets have 4 hits this game so far. The Reds have only gotten 1 hit off of the Mets. The Mets after today will go to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Braves, a 4-game series against the Braves, which will be interesting to see. A 4-game series against the Braves before heading back to Citi Field to take on the Kansas City Royals in Citi Field. So that game will be in Citi Field. That's the Mets' next home game after this home stand, as you call this road trip. After the Mets road trip, they're playing for the first time. They're playing a division team in their own division for the first time this season. They're playing a divisional team in the Atlanta Braves starting tomorrow. We are back in Cincinnati as that one is hit, going back to the wall and caught for the first out of the inning. 1 down, 2 more to go for the New York Mets. Stuart Fairchild flies out there. Fairchild, yeah, that's how you say his name. Now batting for the Cincinnati Reds, the shortstop, number 44, Elly De La Cruz. Elly De La Cruz, one of the best prospects in all of baseball at the moment. So, really excited to see him. There goes strike 1. The pitch again fouled for strike 2, and the count now is 0-2. Mets up 2-0 against the Reds. What can they do? The 0-2 pitch. Hits that one foul, and the count now is still 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Elly De La Cruz. Swing and miss for strike 3. That's the final out. That's the second out of the inning. 2 down, 1 more to go for the Mets. Batting now for the Cincinnati Reds, the second baseman, number 4, Santiago Espinal. Espinal, yeah, I said it right. It's his first at bat of the game for the Reds. That one is outside a little for strike 1, and the count now is 1-0. Santiago Espinal, 1 for 10 this season. But he's 0 for 3 this series against the Mets. There goes strike 1, and the count now is 1-1. The pitch is low, but still outside the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch. Ellie De La Cruz struck out to start the inning off. That one is fouled for strike 2, and the count now is 2-2. The 2-2 pitch to Espinal. That one is real high and inside for strike for ball 3, and the count now is 3-2. There goes strike 3, and he struck out swinging. Santiago Espinal struck out swinging to end the second inning. After 2 innings of baseball, 2 innings down, 6 to go. That doesn't sound. 7 to go. 2 innings down, 7 more to go. It's the Mets 2, it's the Reds 0. Let's take a look at some baseball scores from around the MLB. The Mets 2, the Reds 0. The Orioles 0, the Pirates 0. The Phillies 1, the Nationals 0. The Diamondbacks 0, the Braves 2. The Blue Jays 0, the Yankees 0. The Athletics 5, the Tigers 0. The White Sox 0, the Royals 0. And the Mariners 0, the Brewers 0. If you want to see MLB scores at the moment, live MLB scores, you could do so. It's right on the top of the screen. The scores should be there. Those are live scores, by the way. And the Marlins play the Cardinals in a little bit. That game should be starting up in a little bit. And the Dodgers-Cubs is starting up in a little bit. And that game is free to watch on the MLB app. And then at 3 o'clock, the Rays take on the Rockies. At 4 o'clock, the Padres play the Giants. Also at 4 o'clock, the Red Sox play the Angels. And at 7 o'clock, the Astros play the Rangers on Sunday Night Baseball. Top of the third inning, there goes strike 1. And the Guardians-Twins game has been postponed to a later date. So, batting now for the New York Mets, the first baseman, number 20, P. Alonso. Polar Bear Pete batting now, 0 for 2, not 0 for 2. 0-2 pitch now. It's 0-2 is a pitch count. 0 for 3, 0 for 1 today is Alonso at the moment. There goes 0-2 count now. Really surprising that the Athletics are leading 5-0 against the Tigers. The 0-2 pitch to Pete Alonso. That one's low for ball 1, and the count now is 1-2. This game has been going by really quickly. The 1-2 pitch to Pete Alonso. On deck now is Francisco Alvarez for the Mets. That one's strike 3, and there goes the first out of the inning. 1 down, 2 more to go for the Reds. Now at bat for the New York Mets. The catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez. Francisco Alvarez to bat now for the Mets. And that one's in there for ball 1. Francisco Alvarez 1 for 1 with the single today. This is his second at bat of the game. That one's high for ball 2, and the count now is 2-0. The 2-0 pitch to Francisco Alvarez. Still throwing the high ball. 3-0 count. The 3-0 pitch to Francisco Alvarez. There goes ball 4, and he walks. A runner on first with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the third baseman, number 22, Brett Baty. Brett Baty to bat now for the Mets. 1-1. 0-1 today so far. There goes strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Brett Baty. That one's outside for ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. No, 1-1. My bad. 1-1. One count to Brett Baty. Hits this one up in the air. It is going back, but fouled for strike 2. And the count now is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Brett Baty. That one's in there for ball 2, and the count now is 2-2. Hits this one on the ground. The throw to first is not in time. It's a base hit for Brett Baty. And runners on first and second with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. What a base hit for Brett Baty. Just really jump-started the game for Brett Baty. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the designated hitter, number 6, Starling Marte. Starling Marte to bat now for the Mets. That one is outside, a little outside for ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. The throw to first was a little late on the play there. The 1-0 pitch to Marte. Swing and a miss for strike 1. The count now is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Starling Marte. Starling Marte, he's 0 for 0 today, I guess. Don't know how accurate that is. Hits that one fouled for strike 2, and the count now is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Starling Marte. Hits that one into center field. Base hit! The runners go to third and stop, and Francisco Alvarez stops at third. Bases loaded. We need a hit. The bases loaded now for the Mets for the second time today. The bases are loaded, and the Reds, they are in trouble now. The Reds need to figure out a game plan, because this is the second time the Reds have let the Mets get runners on all the bases. Now batting for the New York Mets, the right fielder, number 15, Tyrone Taylor. Tyrone Taylor 1 for 1 with a single today. The first pitch was a strike. What will the second pitch of the at-bat be? That one's in there for strike 2, and the count now is 0-2. Tyrone Taylor usually plays center field, but today is playing right field. And they're kind of switching up the positions. He's playing right field today. That one's in there for strike 3. Strike 3 called. That's the second out of the inning. 2 down. 1 more to go for the Cincinnati Reds. Now at bat for the New York Mets. The second baseman, number 1, Jeff McNeil. McNeil to bat now for the Mets. Hits that one high up into center field. That one is going down for the third out of the inning. After 2.5 innings, it's the Mets 2, it's the Reds 0. Let's go through your so the Mets are 2-6 to start the season. Last night's game was a 9-6 win for the Reds, and the game on Friday night was a 3-2 win for the Mets. The Mets got their first win of the season on Thursday in the second game of their doubleheader. They are a 2-1 win against the Tigers at home. The Mets are currently third in the National League East. Right behind the Phillies. It goes the Braves in first, then the Phillies in second, followed by the Mets in third, the Nationals in fourth, and the Marlins, who are 0-5, who are 0-9 to start the season, in last. For the Cincinnati Reds to start the season, a tough series against the Mets. They are currently 5-3 on the season. We are back now in Cincinnati. We are going to start the bottom of the third inning. At the end of every inning, we'll go through the score. We are back to start the bottom of the third inning at the moment. About to get underway. Now batting for the Cincinnati Reds, the catcher, number 22, Luke Maile. Luke Mill. That one's in there for strike 1. There goes another strike, and the count now is 0-2. The 0-2 pitch hits that one fouled, and the count is still 0-2. Luke Maley batting at the moment. 12 at-bats this season. A .167 batting average with 1 home run and 2 RBIs. The 1-2 pitch. The 1-2 pitch. Hits that one fouled yet again for not a strike, but the count is still 1-2. The 1-2 count. Hits that one fouled yet again, and the count is still 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Hits that one fouled yet again, and the count is still 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Up high for ball 2, and the count now is 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. The 2-2 pitch. That one's low for ball 3, and the count now is 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. When there is the full count, you either gotta swing, you either don't swing, or you just let magic take its course. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, another foul ball. That was. Thanks for joining the stream, the 7 people, the 7 viewers. That one is fouled back yet again. What an at-bat this is. This at-bat is I'm gonna fall asleep before this at-bat ends. The 3-2 pitch. Hits that one fouled yet again. The count is still 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. 1 done. 2 more to go. Man, that was like 14 pitches for a strikeout there. Man. Silly stuff. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the center fielder, number 12, Bubba Thompson. After Bubba Thompson bats, we have gone through the batting order for the Reds. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And the count now is 0-1. That one's high for ball 1, and the count now is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, that one's outside for ball 2, And the count now is 2-0. 2-1. Sorry. Hits that one. The bat broke. He's in there for first with a single. A single for the Reds. And the Reds have a runner on first with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. If you watch the replay, you know what I'm talking about. But that was a broken bat on the play. The bat kind of split in half on that hit from Bubba Thompson. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the designated hitter, number 6, Jonathan India. Jonathan India to bat now. He's batting. We have gone through the batting order once today for the Reds. The 0-0 pitch. That one's in there for strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. Jonathan India 0 for 1 to ground out today. The 0-1 pitch. Hits that one, fouled for strike 2, and the count now is 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Jonathan India. The 0-2 pitch to Jonathan India. Hits that one. Oh, he's on the ground. Jonathan India is on the ground. Oh, it hit him in the hand. Hopefully Jonathan India is okay. He's walking the first. I don't know if he's okay or not. Sean Manaea, really threw it at it hit his hand. Bounced off his hand. Yeah, bounced off his hand. We've got an injury delay in the bottom of the 3rd inning at the moment. Sort of an injury delay, so we've got the injury people coming out and checking on the injury at the moment for Jonathan India. Hopefully Jonathan India could just shrug it off and it'll be okay. Hopefully he's okay. Probably not the best idea what I suggested, but I think he'll be okay, Jonathan India. I think he's got it under control. So yeah, we'll be sitting here for a moment as we get Jonathan India situated. The best option I think is to put a pinch runner in for the Reds to get that runner on first instead of letting Jonathan India kind of injure it further. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the left fielder, number 7, Spencer Steer. The first pitch to Spencer Steer. So Jonathan India, from what I'm seeing, is okay. He's still standing on first base. Jonathan India is okay. Is A-okay. Runners on first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 0-0 count to Spencer Steer. That one's low, but it's counting as a strike. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 count. Outside for ball 1, and the count now is 1-1. The 1-1 count to Spencer Steer. Outside for ball 2, and the count now is 2-1. We could possibly get a bases loaded situation if he gets walked. If he possibly gets walked. The 2-1 pitch to Spencer Steer. That one is in there for ball 3, and the count now is 3-1. The 3-1 pitch to Spencer Steer. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count now is 3-2. Still got 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 3-2 pitch to Spencer Steer. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the 2nd out of the inning. 2 down, 1 more to go for the Mets this inning. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the first baseman, number 33, Christian Encarnacion. And that one is outside. No, it's inside for strike 1. And the count now is 0-1. Christian Encarnacion. 1 for 1 with the single today. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And the count now is 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. The 0-2 pitch to Christian Encarnacion. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, foul ball. The throw to first is in time for the 3rd out of the inning. After 3 innings, it's the New York Mets 2. It's the Cincinnati Reds 0. And during the break between innings, let's go through your baseball scores. In the middle of the 5th inning, it's the Orioles 2, the Pirates 0. After 3 innings, it's the Phillies 1, it's the Nationals 2. In the top of the 4th inning, it's the Diamondbacks 0, it's the Braves 2. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, it's the Blue Jays 1, it's the Yankees 0. In the top of the 4th inning, it's the Athletics 5, it's the Tigers 0. In the bottom of the 2nd inning, it's the White Sox 0. It's the Royals 0. After 1 inning of baseball, it's the Mariners 1, the Brewers 3. In the bottom of the 1st inning, it's the Marlins seeking their first win this season. In the bottom of the 1st inning, it's the Marlins 6, it's the Cardinals 0. In the bottom of the 1st inning, it's the Dodgers 0, the Cubs 0. The Dodgers-Cubs is a big game tonight because Shota Imanaga plays his first game against Shohei Ohtani, the 2 Japanese facing each other, 2 friends playing each other. Shota Imanaga versus, versus the Dodgers. We go to the top of the 4th inning with the Mets 2. It's the Reds 0 in this one. At 3 o'clock, we've got the Rays taking the Tampa Bay Rays. They go to Coors Field to take on the Colorado Rockies. In that game, yeah, that's what's going on there. Hits that one is going and caught for the 1st out of the inning. 1 down, 2 more to go for the Reds. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the left fielder, number 9, Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo, whatever. Brandon Nimmo, who's 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and an RBI today. That one's up there, but still out for ball 1. The count now is 1-0. Thank you to the 8 people who have viewed my stream today. That one's in there for strike 1, and the count now is 1-1. That one's hit, and that one is going and caught for the second out of the inning. 2 down, 1 more to go for the Reds. Now batting for the New York Mets, Now batting for the New York Mets, the shortstop, number 12, Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor to bat now for the Mets. That one's up there for ball 1. And the count now is 1-0. Francisco Lindor 1 for 2 today with a double and a run. That one's up and high for ball 2, and the count now is 2-0. If you want to see the score, you can look on the top of the screen. It shows all the scores from around Major League Baseball. That one's up there for strike 1, and the count now is 2-1. Francisco Lindor, the 2-1 pitch to Lindor. Hits this one. It is going to deep left field. Going back at the wall, and it's over. Home run for Francisco Lindor. His first home run of the season. And the Mets take a 3-0 lead on a Francisco Lindor home run. His first of the season. It's the Mets 3, it's the Reds 0. Oh. It's the Mets. Okay. What a game this has been for the New York Mets. They take a 3-0 lead on a Lindor home run. That one's fouled back. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the first baseman, number 20, P. Alonso. 1-1 count to Alonso. Francisco Lindor, home run. His New York Mets home run. His first of the season, scored by the number 12, Francisco Lindor. His first of the season. The 2-2 pitch to Alonso. Alonso's 0 for 2 today with the flyout and the strikeout today. The 2-2 pitch to Alonso. 2 outs for the Mets at the moment. 2 outs for the Mets now. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the 3rd out of the inning. After 3.5 innings, it's the New York Mets 3. It's the Cincinnati Reds 0. And Francisco Lindor, he homers his first time of the season. Yeah, if you want to see the live games that are going on today that you are probably not watching at the moment, you could do so. We've got live scores right up there. Just go right up there. It shows the, if you look, see, you see the scores. The Orioles game, you could see any score. I really like the website, guys. I really like it. 5 people interact. We've had 1 vote so far, so 1 person has voted for the Mets, and the Mets are currently leading. The poll will go off after the 9th, after the Mets, in the 9th, before the 9th inning. Right before the 9th inning, we'll close the poll. So due up for the Reds in the bottom of the fourth inning, Jeremiah Condelaro, Stuart Fairchild, and Ellie De La Cruz due up for the Reds to start the bottom of the fourth inning. We are back in Great American Ballpark. We are back in Cincinnati, Ohio, here in Great American Ballpark, as the Reds play host to the New York Mets. Now at bat now for the Cincinnati Reds, the third baseman, number 3, Jeremiah Candelaro. That one's low for strike one, for ball 1. The count now is 1-0. Outside yet again and they're counting that one as a strike. The count now is 1-1. You kind of see that on the second pitch, right about here, that it kind of went a little outside. Right there, the called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Candelaro. That one's low in the dirt for ball 2. The count now is 2-2. Hits that one foul. The count now is still 2-2. Count now is still 2-2. The 2-2 pitch to Candelaro. That one is up there for ball 3, and the count now is 3-2. The 3-2 pitch to Candelaro. Hits that one foul yet again. The count now is still 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one's in there for ball 4, and he gets walked. A runner on first now with no outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now at bat for the New York Mets. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the right fielder, number 17, Stuart Fairchild. That one's in there for strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. Stuart Fairchild, 0 for 1 with the flyout today. That one's down and low for ball 1, and the count now is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hits that one. It is going. It's a base hit. Runner goes to third base. He's in there, sliding into third base. And he is safe on third. Runners on the corners with no outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds. The shortstop. Now at bat for Cincinnati Reds, the shortstop, number 44, Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie De La Cruz is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout at the moment. The 0-0 pitch to Ellie De La Cruz. No outs in the bottom of the fourth inning. Still 3-0 Mets. But the Reds do have a runner in scoring position as the Mets take a mound visit. Maybe we will possibly see some players warming up in the pen. We do not know. The 0-0 count. Hits that one fouled for strike one, and the count now is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Ellie De La Cruz. The 0-1 pitch to Ellie De La Cruz. Strike. And there goes a strike. The count now is 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie De La Cruz, who's already had 3 RBIs and 3 stolen bases on the season so far. The 0-2 pitch to Ellie De La Cruz. Low and in there for a walk, I guess. I guess that walked him. The Mets are calling the bullpen at the moment as the Reds got bases loaded. They need a hit. Ellie De La Cruz gets hit by pitch, and now the bases are loaded for the Reds. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the second baseman, number 4, Santiago Espinal. The 0-0 pitch to Espinal. That one's outside for ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. Santiago Espinal today, he's 0 for 1 with the strikeout so far. So far through 4 innings. We're still in the 4th inning. That one's outside for ball 1, for ball 2. No, ball 1. The count now is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. A little too high for ball 2, and the count now is 2-0. The 2-1 pitch. Hits this one. Tyron Taylor going back and catches this one for the first out of the inning. The runner goes to second base but misses. The runner is safe on, Ellie De La Cruz is safe on second. And the runner comes home on a sac fly. The Mets take a 3-1 lead. And there goes the first run of the inning for the Reds. Now batting for the Cincinnati Reds, the catcher, number 22, Luke Millau. The 0-0 count. That one's outside for ball 1. The count now is 1-0. That one's fouled back for strike 1, and the count now is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And the count now is 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. And that one's outside for ball 3, and the count now is 3-1. 3-1. Yeah. Bubba Thompson, the bat, he's on deck at the moment. The 3-1 pitch. That one's up there for ball 4, and the runner goes to first base, and now the bases are loaded, and there will be a mound visit for the Mets. The Mets will check on Sean Manaea, and we'll see. We'll see what happens to him, because now the bases are loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jeremy Hefner was the one who went to talk to Sean Manaea. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the center fielder, number 12, Bubba Thompson. Bubba Thompson to bat now with the bases loaded and 1 out. Bunts on that one, but fouled on his first bunt attempt. There goes, and the count now is 0-1. Sean Manaea, 77 pitches this game, so that's a lot of pitches so far. It's only the 4th inning, so a lot can change for the New York Mets. That one is down and low for ball 1, and the count now is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Bubba Thompson. Swing and a miss for strike 2. The count now is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. The 1-2 pitch to Bubba Thompson. Hits that one to throw to second is in time. The throw to first is in time. The 4-6-3 double play for Sean Manaea. He redeems himself. And after 4 innings, it's the New York Mets 3. It's the Cincinnati Reds 1. Let's take a look at some scores from around the MLB currently. In this one, it's the Mets 3. It's the Reds 1. After 4 innings, it's the Mets 3. It's the Reds 1. In the bottom of the 6th inning, it's the Orioles 2. It's the Pirates 1. In the top of the 5th inning, it's the Phillies 2. It's the Nationals 2. In the top of the 5th inning, it's the Diamondbacks 2. It's the Braves 3. In the bottom of the 4th inning, it's the Yankees 5. The Blue Jays 1. In the middle of the 5th inning, the Athletics. It's the Athletics 6. It's the Tigers 0. In the middle of the 4th inning, it's the White Sox 2. It's the Royals 0. In the top of the 3rd inning, it's the Mariners 2. It's the Brewers 6. In the middle of the 3rd inning, it's the Marlins 7. It's the Cardinals 0. And in the bottom of the 2nd inning, it's the Dodgers 0. It's the Cubs 4. And currently, the Rays and Rockies are getting ready to start their game, which first pitch is at 3:10 p.m. Due up for the Mets to start the 5th inning will be Francisco Alvarez, Brett Beatty, and Starling Marte to start the 5th inning. We are back now in Cincinnati to start the top of the 5th inning. Dwight Gooden Retirement Day will be April 13th. That's a big day to put on the calendar for Mets fans. Dale Strawberry Retirement Day will also be in June. I think June 1st. Different day, though. So maybe you want to head out to Citi Field to watch that one. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. The count now is 0-2. Now batting for the New York Mets, the catcher. Number 4, Francisco Alvarez. Dude. The 0-2 pitch to Francisco Alvarez. Low. That one's low for ball 1, and the count now is 1-2. We've got NBA Finals predictions later coming out next week. Should be, not this week, this upcoming week, the week after. We've also got NHL predictions coming out the week after. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Alvarez. So we do have some videos coming out, some long-form videos coming out. At the end of May, we do have Roland Garros, which is something that's going to be exciting. The throw to first base is in time. 1 down, 2 more to go for the Reds. Now batting for the New York Mets, the third baseman, number 22, Brett Baty. Brett Baty 1 for 2 today. That one's in there for strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, that one almost hit him. Almost hit him in the elbow. There goes ball 1, and the count now is 1-1. 5th of 9 innings for the Mets today. That one's in there for strike 2, and the count now is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Brett Baty. Brett Baty is 1 for 2 today. As Tyrone Taylor on deck for the Mets. No, Marte's on deck. Hits that one fouled, and the count now is still 1-2. Hits that one fouled yet again, and the count now is still 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. That one's out there for ball 2, and the count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Hits that one fouled yet again. The count now is still 2-2. Brett Baty, who was drafted by the Mets in the first round, the 12th pick of the 2019 draft. Born in Round Rock, Texas, by the way. That one's in the dirt for ball 3, and the count now is 3-2. A full count now. Yeah, Brett Baty. Well, it's kind of obvious that he was born in Texas with a middle name like Austin. He did go to high school in Texas, in Austin. Hits that one, is going back and caught for the second out of the inning. 2 down, 1 more to go for the Cincinnati Reds. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the designated hitter. Number 6, Starling Marte. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Starling Marte to bat now. That one is low. And the count now is 1-0. Starling Marte, 1 for 1 today with a walk and a run. That one is going for strike 1, and the count now is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Starling Marte. Hits that one fouled for strike 2, and the count now is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. The 1-2 pitch to Starling Marte. Hits that one, fouled yet again, and the count now is still 1-2. On deck is Tyrone Taylor, and if we get further, Jeff McNeil will bat. That one is going low for ball 2, and the count now is 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. The 2-2 pitch to Starling Marte. Starling Marte was born in Santo Domingo, by the way. 3-2 count. Yay! Thanks for subscribing, whoever you are. Thank you for subscribing. Now we got 8 subscribers at the moment. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the third out of the inning. After 4.5 innings, it's the Mets. It's the Mets 3. It's the Reds 1. Oh, you see, it's the Yankees are currently winning 5-1. The score is on the top of the screen. By the way. Yeah, it's in the bottom of the 4th inning. I don't know about the Yankees this season. I know the Mets are not doing well to start the season. We are not going to have a good season. But the Yankees, the Yankees aren't. They're 7-2 to start the season. We'll see. I think it's going to be. I think it could possibly be. We'll see how the season plays out. We'll see. We'll see how the season goes. So, due up for the. No. You could say whatever you want to say, but the Mets are better. So, due up in the bottom of the 5th inning is Jonathan India, Spencer Steer, and Christian Encarnacion for the Reds, as we're about to get the bottom of the 5th inning underway. Yeah. I'm surprised that the Athletics are leading against. After 5 innings, the Athletics are leading 6-0 against the Tigers. Really surprised about that. Really surprised that the Athletics are actually getting a big. I think the Athletics, they're not supposed to be a good team, but they're 2-7 on the season. They're playing a Detroit Tigers team who had a really hot start to the season. As there goes strike 1. Who had a really hot start to the season, but they're winning 6-0, so that's really confused me. Now batting for the Cincinnati Reds, a designated hitter, number 6, Jonathan India. The 0-2 pitch to Jonathan India is in there for ball 1, and the count now is 1-2. It's also interesting to see how the Dodgers play this season. That's another interesting team. Hits this one to center field. That one is going and caught by Tyrone Taylor for the first out of the inning. 1 down, 2 more to go. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the left fielder, number 7, Spencer Steer. Yeah, Brewers are beating the Seattle at the moment. 6-2 is the score. 6-2. 6-2. That one's in the 3rd inning. I'm surprised that the Cubs are winning 4-0 against the Dodgers. Or beating the Dodgers 4-0. That one's in there for ball 1. The count now is 1-0 to Spencer Steer. Some other surprising things. The Marlins are winning 6-0 against the Cardinals. I thought the Marlins were going to go 0-10 to start the season. But no, it's looking like the Marlins could get their first win of the season today. Brewers are beating Seattle. Texas. Can Texas play as good of a season as they did last year is the question. 3-0 count. I think Texas, they got a lot of good pitchers. They got a good pitching rotation, so we'll see how they play this season. They play the Astros tonight, 7 p.m. That one's in there for a strike, and the count now is 3-1. The Astros, Dane Dunning is pitching tonight for for Texas, and Ronel Blanco is pitching for the Astros tonight. Yeah, it's like a New York thing. New York versus LA has always been a big rivalry in there. That one's caught for the second out of the inning. 2 down, 1 more to go for the Mets if they want to end the inning. Yeah, Cubs Dodgers 4-0 Cubs. The thing is, well, Shota Imanaga is playing today. He's pitching for the Cubs today. Shohei Ohtani versus Shota Imanaga. Shota Imanaga and Shohei Ohtani are best friends. There goes ball 1. Now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds. The first baseman, number 33, Christian Encarnacion. The 0-1 pitch hits that one on the ground. The throw to first is in time for the third out of the inning. And after 5 innings, it's the Mets 3, it's the Reds 1 after 5 innings. So, yeah, 75% of people have picked the Mets to win, and 1 person picked the Reds to win. We'll see. We'll see. Due up for the Reds, for the Mets will be Tyron Taylor, then McNeil and Harrison Bader. So let's take a look at some scores from around the MLB. Of course, in our game, it's the Mets 3, it's the Reds 1 after 5 innings. It's the Orioles 2, it's the Pirates 1. The Phillies 2, the Nationals 3. The Diamondbacks 2, the Braves 3. The Yankees 5, the Blue Jays 1. The Athletics 6, the Tigers 0. The White Sox 2, the Royals 0. The Mariners 2, the Brewers 6. The Marlins 7, the Cardinals 0. The Cubs 4, the Dodgers 0. And the Rays 0, the Rockies 0. So the Padres are playing the Giants at 4 o'clock. I don't think the Padres are as good of a team as they were a couple years ago because some of their key players have left, like Juan Soto left for the Yankees. And also at 4 o'clock, the Red Sox take on the Angels. It's going to be interesting to follow the Angels season this year and see how they do without Ohtani. They're currently 5-3 to start the season, so that's not bad. And at 7 o'clock, the Astros play the Rangers. Astros having a good start to the season. The Rangers are having a pretty good start to the season. And the Guardians-Twins game has been postponed to a later date. I do not know what that day is yet. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the right fielder, number 15, Tyron Taylor. Going to be very interesting. Oh, there goes a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Woohoo. Tyron Taylor. The Reds have put in now pitching for the Cincinnati Reds is number 70, TJ Antone. Soto is better. How is Soto doing this season? I think he's doing pretty good with the Yankees. Today, if anyone's watching the Yankees game today, if you're watching the Yankees game today, Juan Soto has had 3 at-bats with 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout. So, Juan Soto's having. Well, I mean, Juan Soto, it has a .33 batting average, 1 home run and 6 RBIs. That's pretty good. 1 home run and those 6 RBIs. The Blue Jays just scored, and now it's 5-2 Yankees. Tyrone Taylor to bat now. There's oh, they are making a pitching change. Oh, after one pitch, the Reds are making a pitching change. TJ Anton comes out, and Andrew Abbott now pitching for the Cincinnati Reds. The left-handed pitcher. Number 31, Brent Suter. Brent Suter has played 4 games this season, an 0-0 record with a 10.80 ERA. Jeez, I don't know what you have to do to get a 10.80 ERA. You don't have to be a good player to do that. A 3.1 innings pitched with 4 strikeouts this game. So Brent Suter is getting warmed up on the mound. After 7 innings, the Orioles are leading 2-1. The Orioles were a surprising team last season. Of course, they are surprising last season. We'll see how the Orioles play this season. If they could possibly play last season like they did this season like they did last season. The Red Sox, they weren't the best team last year. Now they're 6-3 to start the season. Now, I don't know if spring training doesn't really foreshadow anything for the Mets, but they finished 6th in the Florida League in spring training, so they did better than the Yankees during spring training. The Mets, they are not one of the they are 2-6 to start the season, but they're kind of on the same level as the Nationals. If they get the win today, I think they will become a better team than the Nationals. They are a better team than the Nationals already. Top of the 6th inning still. Really surprising to me seeing the Athletics leading 6-0. That just really surprises me. I know I've said that a lot. So the Mets will play the Braves tomorrow. For the Braves tomorrow, Charlie Morton will be pitching for the Braves tomorrow. And for the New York Mets tomorrow, Julio Teheran is pitching for the Mets. Yes, the Yankees are winning 6-2, 7-2. That doesn't mean they're gonna win the game. In true New York fashion, 7-2. Oh, it is 7-2. Oh, they scored a run. Oh, they must have scored a run. That I didn't see 7-2, because it currently says 5-2. No. As Brent Suter to pitch now, hits that one. It is going deep and fair ball. The runner Tyrone Taylor goes to second base. He's in there with the double. A runner on second base with no outs in the top of the 6th inning. The Yankees are winning 5-2. That must have been a typo, because the Yankees haven't scored. It's 5-2 at the moment. Now at bat for the New York Mets, the second baseman. Oh, you're talking about the... Okay. Now I get it. The record. 7-2 on the season. They did lose to the Blue Jays. Okay, they did lose to the Blue Jays. McNeil's batting now for the Mets. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. The 1-0 pitch to McNeil. They are 7-2 to start the season, the Yankees. They're currently 1-1 against the They had a close game against the Blue Jays yesterday. The game on Friday was a 3-0 win for the Blue Jays. Complete blowout for the Blue Jays. Game yesterday was really close for the Blue Jays. This game's not close for the Blue Jays at all in the Blue Jays game. 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch to McNeil. The thing with like the Mets is like sometimes they have a good start to the season, but after the All-Star break, every season without fail they kind of, as it hits that one, oh, what a jumping catch for the first out of the inning. So, but like after the All-Star break, they always fall down as a team. They always don't play the best after the All-Star break. I don't know why, but like the second half of the season is really tough for the Mets every season. Bubba Thompson was the one to get that catch for second out of the inning. 1 out, 2 more to go. Hits that one. It is going deep, but caught for the second out of the inning. The runner goes to third base. He is safe on third base, and we've got a runner on third with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Everyone's saying 3 people have said the Mets are going to win. 1 person saying the Reds are going to win, and I know who that 1 person is. Yankees, Knicks, Giants. The Knicks might make it to the playoffs. Well, we'll see. Madison Square Garden during the playoffs, no matter what sport it is one of the best atmospheres in all of sports. There goes ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Nimmo. The 1-0 pitch to Nimmo. Hits that one. It is going back, and it is caught for the final out of the inning. After 5.5 innings, it's the Mets 3. It's the Reds 1. 1 run for the Reds this game. It's been a really tough game for the Reds. The Mets, they had a home run earlier in the game, which really propelled their game. Yeah, we're streaming the Rangers game next week. We're streaming the Rangers game next week. Gonna watch the Rangers game tonight. Going to be a really good game. Oh, hopefully we could beat the Montreal Canadiens. And listen, I think that we have one of the best chances to win the Stanley Cup. We got the best chance to win the Stanley Cup. I don't know if that's just. I'm just really confident this season. I think we got it. I think we found the guy. Yeah, so the Rangers are playing. We're going to be streaming the Rangers game next week. The Rangers versus Islanders game we're streaming the Rangers game on the 13th. That's a 12:30 game. That's the last afternoon game of the season. But hopefully the Rangers can beat the Canadiens tonight. I don't think the Canadiens are going to win anyways. Rangers are the best team in the NHL. I said that at the beginning of the season. I'm saying it now. I say it every year. I said it last year. Well, I mean, last year was kind of disappointing playoffs for the Rangers. In the NBA at the moment, the Knicks aren't playing. The Knicks are playing tonight. They're playing the Bucks tonight. Cause I see that you're a Knicks fan. The Knicks, I think they can make it to the playoffs. I think they're not going to make it to the play-in. I think they're gonna just qualify for the playoffs. They're not going in. I don't think there'll be a play-in team once the season's over. Well, I'm gonna do my NHL bracket picks. I'll post the bracket picks. My bracket, who I think is gonna win the Stanley Cup once the season's over, and I'll also do that for the NBA. The Mets. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Tough. That one's in there for a strike, and the count now is 1-0. 0-1. Mets are your second team. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of tough to be both a Yankees and Mets fan. You know, it's kind of tough because, you know, but it's great that it's like in New York City. It's like good. It's like good to just keep your mouth shut about the teams sometimes. There goes ball one. Really high for ball one, and it's 1-2. Jermar Candelaro is batting now. The Mets, I'm always hoping for a good season, but I don't know about this season. 1-2 count. Swing and miss for strike three. That's the first out of the inning. One down, two more to go for the Mets. Now batting for the Cincinnati Reds, the right fielder, number 17, Stuart Fairchild. I think to be honest, I think I'm not gonna say the Dodgers are good this season, but not like that. Like, all they added was Shohei Ohtani, and a lot of Dodgers fans are bandwagon Ohtani fans. Braves aren't. So yeah, the Braves are so they're a really, really annoying team to watch, because the Braves are like that's why I want to sweep the Braves tomorrow. Then in the next series, we're playing the Braves next after today. I just want to get there, get business done, and get out of there with the Braves winning, with the Braves losing all the games, and the Mets sweeping the Braves. 3-1 is the score. Mets are winning. The 0-2 pitch to Fairchild. Hits that one in the air. It is going and caught for the second out of the inning. 2 down, 1 more to go. The NFL. I think that looking at the NFL, we're going to stream the NFL draft. But because the NFL draft is the NFL draft. But for the NFL, I think that the Texans are going to be a very overpowered team next year, because they do have Stephon Diggs, and they do have the Ohio State player. I'm more of a college football fan, so but in the NFL, I think that the Texans have a good shot next year. Texans or the Chiefs in the AFC. The Braves are the most annoying. The Yankees are the most annoying team in baseball. Oh my god. That one's down. 2 balls, 1 strike. Even though I'm not a Yankees fan, I still agree with the Yankees fans on one thing: that the Red Sox are an annoying team. In New York, I think that everything in Boston's annoying. That's just how people in New York are. The Sooners, the Oklahoma Sooners. Well, we know how last season went. My team's Ohio State. Ohio State's a really good team. 3-1 count. Ohio State's really. But I do have Purdue winning March Madness, so I'm excited about that. Ohio State was a disappointment. They did okay in the NIT this year, I guess. They made it to semifinals, but lost to Georgia, so they made it to the quarterfinals and lost to Georgia in the NIT. Santiago Espinal, the bat now for the Reds. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Orioles-Pirates game. The Orioles are leading 2-1 in the 9th inning. That game's almost over. Home game for the Pirates. The Pirates are, like, they used to be good, they used to be good, like 30 years ago. They haven't had they're not they were such a good team back in the 80s, 90s with Roberto Clemente and the 70s. A long time ago is what I'm saying. The 0-1 count to Espinal. But they haven't really been that good the past couple years. They've kind of been like an irrelevant, not relevant. The throw to second is not in time, and he stole second base, so that's not good. Yeah, that's not very good. Not very good for the Mets on the Mets side of things. Yankees are at Yankee Stadium today. But if you're a soccer fan, guys, NYCFC, they're the team in New York for soccer. Not Red Bull. They're the team in New York for soccer. The 0-2 pitch to Espinal. That one's outside for ball 1, and the count now is 1-2. We're trying to get to 10 subscribers. There's in the dirt. Oh, and now he steals third base. Okay. Interesting. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's not good. Not good. Trying to hit 10 subscribers, and then because I'm going little by little. I'm not trying to set a huge target. Hey, that's actually really good softball. 35-1. Wow. Number 1 team in the country in softball. Let me look at that. Are they 2 balls, 2 strikes? Hits that one, fouled. Are they the number 1 team in the country for softball? I know they're always they always got a good softball team. They're number 1 in the country. They are number 1 in the country for softball. The Sooners always have a good softball team. They're losing 2-1 against Texas at the moment. Texas are the number 5 team in the country, so not very good for them at the moment. Not very good. It looks like the Reds are calling the bullpen, or that could be the situation room. They could be calling for a checkup. They're not going to review the play. But I think they were calling the bullpen in that situation. Yeah, they're losing. Yeah. Not very. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But they are playing Texas. Texas is also a really good softball team. So, you gotta. That game's a tough game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Espinal. That one's in the dirt for ball 3, and the count now is 3-2. Sooners didn't really have a good football season, if I remember. Last season. If I remember. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one's in there for a walk, and the runner goes to first base. No, that's a strikeout. Strikeout there. After 6 innings, it's the New York Mets 3. It's the Cincinnati Reds 1. We go to the 7th inning of baseball. Let's check in with baseball scores. In the 9th inning, it's the Orioles 2, the Pirates 1. The Phillies 2, the Nationals 3. The Diamondbacks 2, the Braves 3. The Blue Jays 2, the Yankees 5. The Athletics 6, the Tigers 0. The White Sox 3, the Royals 2. The Mariners 2, the Brewers 8. The Marlins 7, the Cardinals 1. The Dodgers 0, the Cubs 5. And the Rays 2, the Rockies 0. So the Padres-Giants game will be at 4 o'clock, and also at 4 o'clock, the Reds are playing the Angels. So we're going to the 7th inning with Lindor, Alonso, and Alvarez will be due up for the Mets today at the moment. Keeping hydrated. So I don't know if the Mets are looking to do a substitute. I don't think they're going to do a I think they might do a substitution here. With having, I think the Mets are doing a pitching substitution here. They did last inning. Pittsburgh, yeah, they do. The Pirates always fall to last place. For some reason, they always fall to last place. The Pirates were like so good like 30 years ago. They're like winning lots of games. 0-1 count to Lindor. Lindor's had a home run today, so his first home run of the season. So that's really, really exciting to see. The 0-2 pitch to Lindor. The 0-2 pitch to Lindor. Hits that one. It is in the air, but doesn't get a base hit. That's an out. 1 out, down, 2 more to go for the Reds here in the 7th inning. Another team that's usually not... The Marlins are usually never a good team. They were good. I don't remember last season. They were really good. There goes a strike, and that one is 0-1. The Marlins are 0-9 to start the season. But the Marlins are leading against the Cardinals 7-1. So we'll see what happens in that game. The 0-2 pitch to Alonso in the 7th inning. This game has been moving pretty quickly, I guess. That one is ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So there's something. I think someone's getting ejected here. I can't tell who. I think it's one of the Mets coaches is getting ejected because he ran in the middle of the field during. He swung. Alonso swung. He ran in the middle of the field because he thought that was something happened. I don't really think he got ejected in that one. I don't think he didn't get ejected, but Alonso got hit, and I don't really know what started that, and he kind of don't really watch the replay later. I don't understand what happened. 2 balls, 2 strikes at the moment. The Pirates are losing, so that one's up and high for 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the umpire was kind of mad at him, didn't eject him. It wasn't ejecting him. He was explaining what happened. That's what really happened. He's out. Alonso's out for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 down, 1 more to go. The Orioles game's in the bottom of the 9th inning. So, Athletics are still leading 6-0. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, the Athletics are not a good team. The Athletics are last in the AL West. The AL West is one of the most random divisions in baseball. The AL West, no, besides like the Angels, it's not random. It's not random. 2 balls, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's low in the dirt for ball 2, and the count now is 2-2. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Francisco Alvarez batting at the moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of 7th inning. And that one is out. Hit out. Alvarez hit that one out. So that's the 3rd out of the inning after 6.5 innings of baseball. It's the New York Mets 3, the Cincinnati Reds 1. So the Mets will be heading to play the Braves tomorrow. Coverage starts at 6:30 if you're looking to watch that game. But I don't think I'll be streaming that game. Yeah. So, currently in the Orioles game, the Orioles are leading 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning with no outs and runners on 1st and 3rd. So, this could really help the Pirates that could really help the Pirates, boost the Pirates' confidence. Pirates are 7-2 to start the season. The Orioles are 5-3 to start the season. We haven't had a run since the 4th inning in this game. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. So, get ready to watch the rest of the game. Stretching. Yeah, we're keeping eyes on all the other games going on today. The Dodgers-Chicago game is MLB's free game of the day. So, you can watch that game for $0. You can watch that game for absolutely free. At the moment. For completely free. That's the free game of the day today. The Dodgers versus Cubs has been a great series. Yesterday's game has been a great series. The first game of the series, the Cubs won 9-7. And in the second game of the series, the Dodgers won 4-1. So that's 1-1 series going into the 3rd game of the series. And the Cubs are leading 5-0. We are back here in Cincinnati as the Reds take on the Mets for the bottom of the 7th inning. Yeah, the Yankees game is for free on Wednesday, guys. I did not know that. Oh, yeah, it is. The Yankees-Marlins game. Well, because no one wants to watch the Marlins play. It's kind of... Tomorrow's free game is the Brewers-Reds, so... I thought the Brewers had a good... really mad. That series could have gone both ways for the Mets-Brewers series to start the season. Yankees game for free sounds like a good deal. Yeah, there's always that free game of the day. If you go to the MLB app, they always have at least one game for free, showing for free. So that's something that you should look at. People should look at for free baseball. So it's the bottom of the 7th inning. That one's in there for strike 1. Yeah, strike 1. Pitching now. I think the Mets have made a pitching change. Yes, they have. They have made a pitching change. Brooks Rally to pitch now. To pitch in the 7th inning. Brooks Rally is this season he's played 4 games. 3.1 innings pitched. He's got a 0 ERA, which is kind of weird. 4 strikeouts. 1-2 pitch to Luke Maley. Brooks Rally, who replaced Jorge Lopez in the bottom of the 7th inning. That one's out there for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes to Malley. That one's down for ball 3, and the count now is 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. That one's hit up in the air, and it is going fouled, but Francisco Alvarez wasn't there in time, so that's fouled off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still got like 2 innings and a half to go in this one. It's been a short game. I feel like it's been short. I don't know. Haven't had the last couple innings have felt short. Besides that one really long inning. The 3-2 pitch. That one is up and high for ball 4, and the runner goes to first base, and the Reds have a runner on first with no outs in the bottom of the 7th, with 1 out. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. 1 out. No outs. No outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bubba Thompson the bat now. Bubba Thompson hits that one. It is going back at the wall and caught for the first out of the inning. 1 down, 2 more to go for the Mets. And tonight I'm not streaming it, but Sunday Night Baseball is tonight for the second time this season, I think. Sunday Night Baseball as the Texas Rangers take on the Houston Astros in the Clash of Houston. So we already know who's pitching in the series against the Braves. We already know the pitching rotation for the series against the Braves. In Monday's game, Julio Thurton will pitch. In Tuesday's game, Adrian Hauser will pitch. And Wednesday's game, Jose Quintana will pitch for the 2nd time this season. For a 3rd time this season, I think. And Luis Severino will pitch Thursday afternoon's game. So that's what we've I might stream the game Thursday afternoon. You know what? I might. That one is hit and is going and caught for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 down, 1 more to go. This has been a quick one. Quick and easy one. So, batting now at bat for the Cincinnati Reds, the left fielder, number 7, Spencer Steer. He's 0 for 3 today with the ground out and the strikeout today. Oh, that one's right in there, right in the top right corner. What a dime that was. 86 miles an hour. Strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. Look at the first pitch right here. That was a dime in the corner. The 0-1 count. Down for ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. 1-1. 1-1, sorry. 1-1. Spencer Steer is from Long Beach in California. He was a 3rd round draft pick by the Twins. He went to Oregon, which is on the West Coast, obviously. That one, check swing, no. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hits that one fouled for ball 2, and the count now is 2-2. So, the Orioles-Pirates game. The bases are loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning as the Orioles take a 2-1 lead. Very interesting. Very interesting. There's one out in the 9th inning in that one. Bases are loaded, so we'll keep a close eye on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's high for ball 3, and the count now is 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. The 3-2 pitch. Just getting ready for him to throw that pitch. Alright, that is ball 4. And now we've got a runner on first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Mets have to do something quick before the Reds get a run. And there will be a mound visit at the moment to kind of talk about this 2-out, 2-runner situation here. Because the game-tying run... No, the game-leading run is at bat. So the go-ahead run's at bat. The go-ahead run's at bat at the moment. Christian Encarnacion will bat now for the Reds. 1 for 3 today with the strikeout. Christian Encarnacion. Swing! Hits that one, but ripped fouled. Ripped it foul. Wow, went in the stands. And a bunch of people are searching for the ball, and they found it. Good for them. Bottom of the 7th inning. The 0-1 pitch to Encarnacion. That one's in there, the bottom left, right corner, for ball 2, and the count now, no, for strike 2, and the count now is 0-2. Hits that one on the ground, steps on third base, and there goes the 3rd out of the inning. After 7 innings, it's the Mets 3, it's the Reds 1. So, currently the Orioles are playing the Pirates, and that game is 2-1 Orioles in that one. And yes, the Tigers have scored. It's 6-1. Athletics are leading the Tigers. The Rays are awful. I don't know when they're if they're playing. The Rays are not. I don't think are playing today. And also the Dodgers Cubs game is in a rain delay. I think a rain delay. It's being delayed at the moment. The Rays, they are 4th in the American League East. They're 4-5. I wouldn't be surprised if the Blue Jays overtake the Rays. You know, I think the Rays, they haven't really. They've had some good seasons. They've had some bad seasons. They're in the middle. For me, they're in the middle. They could be awful. They could be good. Surprised how the Marlins are leading against the St. Louis Cardinals, but then again, the St. Louis Cardinals are last in the NL Central, so not super surprised. The Rays don't have a game today. But the Rays will be back in action tomorrow when the Rays won't be The Rays will be playing the Angels tomorrow. Rays are going to play the Angels tomorrow. Of course the Angels are going to win that series. It's no question. Brett Beatty, Starling Marte, and Tyron Taylor on due up in this inning. And there goes strike one to Brett Beatty. The player of the game has started, so you can go to the MLB app, guys, and vote on the player of the game. We'll also see who's the player of the game afterwards. We'll talk about it. Brett Beatty, 1-1, 1-1 count at the moment. Hits that one. It is going, and it is caught for the first out of the inning. 1 down, 2 more to go. That one is caught. Runner on first now with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Pete Alonso hit the highest speed pitch, 112. That wasn't thrown, but like the 0-0 count. That one is out for the second out of the inning. 2 outs down, 1 more to go. Runner on first with 2 outs. The pickoff to first is good. What do you I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the game. What do you guys think about this game so far? I think it's been a good game. I think it's been a really good game, actually. Really good game for the Mets, not for the Reds. I know Reds fans. I know a bunch of Reds fans, and they always think about Ellie De La Cruz. The Reds always like brag about Ellie De La Cruz. It's like the thing is the Reds fans probably didn't care about the Reds till Ellie De La Cruz joined. No, not all the Reds fans, but some of them. 1 out, 2 outs, actually, 2 outs. Two outs. 2-1 count. 2-1 count for the 2 balls, 1 strike. So the Mets, they will be playing tomorrow. Don't know when I'll do the next Mets game. Maybe I'm trying to do Thursday's game, but I don't know. 3 balls, 1 strike to McNeil. The 3-1 count to McNeil. That one's in there for strike 2, and the count is 3 balls, 2 strikes. McNeil is a really good player. I hope that the Mets keep Alonso for the rest, sign him on a new contract. I think that the Mets could. I think that's what they got to prioritize first, is getting Alonso to sign the contract. I think that's what they got to prioritize first. Voting for the player of the game is on the MLB app. That one's hit to first base, and it is out. So after 7.5 innings, it's the Mets 3, it's the Reds 1. Been a really good game for the going into the 7th inning. So going into the bottom of the eighth inning. So let's look at some scores, because we got some score updates as we speak. The Pirates, they get a bottom of the 9th inning. They get a walk-off run for the Pirates to win the game 3-2 against the Orioles. The Pirates are now 8-2 on the season. The Orioles are 5-4 on the season. I don't know if that. I think that's what their record was before. And currently in the 9th inning, the Nationals take a 3-2 lead against the Phillies, and the Braves take a 5-2 lead in the 9th inning against the Diamondbacks as well. Yankees, if you're a New York fan, Yankees are leading 6-3 against the Blue Jays. Also, the Athletics are leading 6-1 against the Tigers, as well as the White Sox are leading 3-2 against the Royals. The Brewers are leading 10-2 against the Mariners, and the Marlins are leading 8-1 against the Cardinals, which is very surprising. Um, 10-2. And in the bottom of the 4th inning, the game has been delayed, but the Cubs are leading 6-0 over the Dodgers when that game starts up again. The Rays are leading 3-0 against the Rockies at the moment. And the Padres, Giants, and Red Sox, Angels are about to begin in any minute now. A couple minutes. So, yeah. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning, where the Mets have 9 hits. The Reds have 3 this game so far. Bottom of the 8th inning, the 0-0 count. That one's out for ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. Adam Ottavino is pitching now. He's pitched 3 games this season, so got a lot of pitching experience. Adam Ottavino, 3 pitches with 3 innings, a 6 ERA, which isn't the best, but he does have 5 strikeouts on the season so far. The 1-1 pitch, as Jeremiah Candelario batting now. He was born in New York, so in the New York native. Wow, he was born in New York. Wow. Made his debut back in 2016. That's a while ago. He played his entire career. He played with Detroit for a little bit, then Chicago, in his career. The throw to first is in time. 1 down, 2 more to go for the Mets. After the 4th inning, it's been a really quiet game. Not a lot of, there's been action, but, no runs have been scored since the 4th inning, so. Will Benson will pinch hit at the moment. Will Benson pinch hitting at the moment. One out in the bottom of the 8th inning. That one's down for ball 1, and the count now is 1-0. Ellie De La Cruz on deck. Um, 1-1 count now. What a swing. Almost hit the umpire. That foul ball. Almost hit the umpire. There. Swing and a miss. Foul ball. Foul tipped, I think, for 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there are Alexis Diaz and Buck Farmer are both in the bullpen for the Reds, getting some players throwing. A key part to the game. Getting some runners throwing. It's getting some pitchers going. Swing and the throw to first on the foul tip. That was in fair play. Is out. 2 down. 1 more to go for the Mets. So now Ellie De La Cruz to bat. Ellie De La Cruz is a tough player to bat against. There goes strike 1, and the count now is 0-1. Tough batter to pitch against. 1-1 count. There goes strike 2, and the count now is 1-2. One-two pitch now. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the 3rd out of the inning. After 8 innings of baseball, we go to the 9th and final inning of baseball from Cincinnati. We don't have updates. Cubs game still is delayed at the moment. So we're going to the final inning of baseball. Been a quick one. Quick and easy one. Quick. Not that easy for the Mets. They scored a run in the first inning. 2-0 after 2 innings. Scored 1 in the 4th inning. 3-1. Pitching substitution as Buck Farmer replaces Brent Suter. Buck Farmer will be the pitcher. And Will Brenson remains in the game as the right fielder. That's a defensive substitution. I don't see who they substituted. Final score at the moment, the Phillies, they lost to the Nationals. The Nationals 3, the Phillies 2. The Phillies, the Nationals take game 3 of the series, where the Phillies are won the first 2 games of the series, but the Nationals took the 3rd game of the series. The Braves beat the Diamondbacks 5-2. The Braves, They go ahead and sweep the Diamondbacks. So the Braves go ahead and sweep the Diamondbacks. They will be at home still when they play the Mets in the 4-game series starting tomorrow. As we are about to get the 9th inning Underway, guys. The ninth and final inning of baseball. So the ninth and final inning of baseball underway. There goes a ball, and the count now is 1-0. Will Benson moves to right field. We already talked about that defensive substitution. And Buck Farmer. Now the pitcher. He's pitched 3 games, 2 earned runs allowed. The 1-0 pitch. That one's in there for ball for strike 1, and the count now is 1-1. Harrison Bader today, he's 0 for 3 with 2 lineouts and a flyout today. The 1-1 pitch, the 1-2 pitch, that was a strike for 1-2 pitch. Edwin Diaz is in the bullpen. I'd love to see Edwin Diaz play the bottom of the 9th inning, pitch the bottom of the 9th inning. Edwin Diaz is our best relief pitcher. That one, the throw to first is in time. 1 down, 2 more to go for the Reds. He is our best relief pitcher, and I think that he could, if Seth Lugo could be a starting pitcher for the Royals, I think that Edwin Diaz could be. I think he would be a good. They should try him as a starting pitcher. As Brandon Nimmo to bat now. Brandon Nimmo 0 for 3 with a hit by a pitch and a run, and an RBI. There goes a strike, and the count now is 0-1. The 0-2 pitch to Nimmo. Nimmo starting the lineup for like the 5th, probably 6th time. The 0-2 pitch to Nimmo. Nimmo's been here for like ages. There goes ball 1, and the count now is 1-2. Two pitch to Nimmo. Two pitch to Brandon Nimmo. That one is fouled back. Still 2-2. Still a 2-2 count. Still the 2-2 count. So I think that was a pitch clock violation. That was a pitch clock violation, guys. So, the 0-1 pitch to Lindor. 2 outs now, 0-2 pitch now. The Mets will be pitching for the final time today. If this is a strikeout. Yeah. The Athletics still up 7-1 against the Tigers in the bottom of the 9th inning. At the moment. Swing and hits that one up in the foul territory, but caught for the final out of the inning. 8.5 innings of baseball. I think Edwin Diaz will be the closer in the bottom of the 9th inning. But in this one, it's the Mets 3, the Reds 1. I think Diaz will be the closer. Santiago Espinal will be batting. Then Luke Mill and Bubby Thompson for the they're due up for the Reds in the bottom of the 9th inning. The final inning of baseball. So, yeah. So, yup, Edwin Diaz will come in the pitch for the Mets. I love watching Diaz pitch. He's a good pitcher. He's good at what he does. He is good at what he does. He is good at what he does. Good at what he does. Good at what he does. So we're going to the bottom of the ninth inning with offensive substitution. Jake Fraley replaces Santiago Espinal. An offensive substitution. That's a pinch hitting substitution, by the way. As Edwin Diaz comes in the pitch. And we are ready in this one. So the first pitch is a strike, and the count now is 0-1. I think the Reds there's someone in the bullpen for the Reds, so don't know if they really not necessary. There goes a strike, and the count now is 0-2. Jake Fraley to bat now. Also, the Athletics get a 7-1 win against the Tigers. The Athletics, their first, they won the game. The Athletics, they surprisingly get 2 out of 3 games against the Tigers. They had a really close one on Friday, but they take 2 out of 3 games in the series against the Tigers. 7-1 win for them. 1-2, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. 1 down, 2 more to go till the Mets get the win, which is what we like to see. That one's in there for a strike, and the count now is 0-1. The 0-2 pitch. The 0-2. Marlins take a 10-1 lead against the Cardinals. That one is going and caught for the second out of the inning. One more out and the game will be over here. The game will be over. So the Marlins take a 10-1 lead against the Cardinals after 7.5 innings. That's been a great game for the Marlins. Could get their first win of the season. Could get their first win all season. Nick Martini will pinch hit for the Reds. That one's in there for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 is the count. Nick Martini replaces Bubba Thompson. There goes strike 1, foul ball for strike 1, and the count. Swing and a miss for strike 1, and the count is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and fouled for strike 2, and the count now is 1-2. Down to their final strike of the game is the Cincinnati Reds down to their final strike of the game. What can happen? The Mets fans are on their feet, so are the Reds fans. Not the Reds fans. The Mets are on their feet, ready to see this one. There goes a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But still, this could be the final pitch of the game. And he swings and misses for strike 3, and the Mets win 2 of 3 against the Cincinnati Reds. That does it for the baseball game, the Mets game. And what a game it's been. And I picked Lindor to be the player of the game. A lot of people, 3 people said the Mets won, and 3 people said the Mets were going to win, and they were correct that the Mets won the game. So, what a game that was. Mets versus Reds. A tough series. Edwin Diaz, Sean Manina gets the win today. And Andrew Abbott gets the loss. Edwin Diaz with the save today in today's baseball game. So, in the series, the Mets went 2 for 1 in the series. With a win on Friday, with the 3-2 win on Friday. They did lose yesterday 9-6, but they did come back and get the win today. 3-1 was the win today. That does it for our live stream of the baseball game. Look on my YouTube channel and see when, if you want to see when I'm doing my next stream. But for now, that does it. The Mets get the win, 3-1 over the Cincinnati Reds.